All right, we are Team STEM Sistas, and it is made up of myself, Hannah, and Angela. And our project is the Revamped Room Request. So, for this project, we are looking to redesign and develop a new room request form that UW clubs can utilize for submitting room requests. We plan to take the current structure and improve on functionality and aesthetics to make this process easier for club members. So some of the functionality that we're looking to add is we want clubs to be able to input the number of people they want to host in this space, the date and the time, and the website should be able to generate room suggestions based off that information. Currently, you enter all that information and you pick a room that you think would work well, and then you wait a couple of weeks for an email back saying whether that room was available or not. So we should be able to store that data and be able to generate which rooms are available at that time and confirm the room reservation at that moment in time. So some of our goals for this project were to be able to deliver everything by June 5th to allow us some leeway if we needed to change anything. We want to develop high quality deliverables that would be accepted by an employer. We wanted to gain confidence in creating program management documentation. We wanted to get familiar with project management tools, and we wanted to create a mock website based off the new functionality that we wanted. From these goals, I believe that we were able to achieve 4 out of the 5. We weren't able to create a mock website in the time that we had, just due to kind of outside stresses and workload. So for the team that we made up for this project is going to be comprised of 1 project manager, 2 backend developers, and 2 front-end developers. For our schedule, we went ahead and color-coded each position so that we would be able to monitor how many hours each person would be working. So for our work breakdown structure, we broke it up into 6 different categories. We have the planning stage, the requirements stage, the development stage, the testing stage, the launching, and then finally closing out our project and handing it off to a maintenance team. So this is where we started with planning our project. Next, we went ahead and we created user stories. We started with a theme, broke it down to an epic, broke that down into user stories, and finally into tasks. So we ended up with about 45 tasks for this project. We decided we wanted to do 2-week sprints, 10 sprints total, for a total of 20 weeks. So in the top right corner, you can see our project burn down chart. We hit heavy the first 8 sprints on developing the prototype. And then from 8 on, 8 weeks on, not sprint number, we start doing a testing and deploying cycle for about 4 sprints. So for sprint 1, we relied heavily on the project manager to create a work breakdown structure, cost estimates, and schedule, and kind of get the research and the other items done before moving on to kind of getting the team involved in the engineering. We didn't need to hire the team on this first week, so our cost only reflects the salary of the project manager. So once we were able to get all of our cost estimates, schedule, breakdown structure, then we brought on the engineering team and we asked them to give us time estimates for each of the user stories that we made to match with our sprints. We decided that we wanted to hand off the software to a maintenance team. We ordered any additional resources that our team may need, and we got approval for the budget and the schedule from the stakeholders. So for this week, it's the cost of the software development team. So it'd be 4 developer salaries and the project manager salaries, plus benefits, utilities, and any other equipment and supplies we might need. And we completed this sprint currently. And then our third sprint was really where things started ramping up. We started developing the backend database. We started developing functionalities for the backend and the front end to talk through API calls. And so this was the cost of a cloud-based database, a cloud-based server, testing tools, laptops for engineers, and the salary of 4 developers plus a project manager. And our team made it through sprint 3. So some of the challenges that we faced were working remotely. It was very difficult to not be able to collaborate on these PowerPoints and projects together. So some communication, uh, obviously, you're going to have some issues there, but we were able to work through it and we did a really great job. There's also external stressors from the pandemic to protests that made staying focused a little difficult, but we were able to overcome those as well. And then lastly, we also had additional classes and credits that we needed to focus on, so our time was very limited. So our current progress is that we were able to finish the planning stages and get all the documents done. We were finished the backend development stages and getting the database finished with all of the room data. And then we just started on the front end development for this project. So our future plans are to finish sprint 4 through 10. And within those sprints is the deploying, the testing, and the finishing the front end. So this would have a completion date of September 2020 with our current burn down chart. So sprint 4 really focused on building out the tests, running the tests, and finishing out the front end. And we have not completed this stage as of right now. And then for sprint 5 through 9, it's really a deploy, fix errors, and running test kind of in like this cycle. So what we decided to do is that we decided to deploy our our new features to only 20% of the student body, and then fix any errors and run some more tests after about a week of 20% of the student body having access to it. Once we fixed any bugs that arose in that 20%, then we upped it to 40%, and we did another cycle of fixing errors and running tests. After that, we did 60% for a week and then did more fixing errors and testing, 80% fixing errors and testing, and then finally 100%. And then if we had any remaining bugs at that point, we fixed those before we handed it off to the maintenance team. And then our sprint 10, our final finish line, is passing it off to maintenance team so they can monitor it, and then they would open any tickets with us if there was a problem. So the total for our project comes to $231,000, and that covers all the resources. It covers paying for the cloud platforms for 3 years. It covers a salary of 4 engineers and 1 program manager. So if you have any questions about our project, please feel free to leave us a question in the discussion post, and we will get back to you guys as soon as possible. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Bye-bye.